Good morning. It's Monday, February 8th, the day after the Super Bowl, which was won very big by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I don't want to talk about the Super Bowl today. I want to talk about these right-wing rumors that have been running rampant in various issues of the right-wing press that say President Biden is prepared to send boatloads of cash to Iran in order to get back into the nuclear deal. They say he can't wait to get back into this deal. And the only way he can see it is by buying his way back in. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. Top members of the Biden team made clear that re-entry into this deal is a long ways away. Now, for some reason, there are many in Washington who are in a rush to get this situation resolved quickly. I don't know why. I don't see why. The Trump administration abandoned the agreement in 2018, and I was happy to see them do that. Right? Now, that situation, the fact that we withdrew from the deal, actually complicated Iran's ability to fight the coronavirus. I don't think that us leaving the deal affected that really as much as probably the fact that they don't have a very good healthcare system in Iran. So, Iran did do, when we left the deal, is they surpassed the cap on its nuclear development in defiance of our quitting. Now, from what I've read and what I heard, Biden said he would rejoin the deal if Iran went back to strict compliance in the deal. And plus high-ranking members of his team said that they're going to look at his ballistic missile situation. We have big issues with his ballistic missile situation. And the fact that Iran continues to develop an advanced arsenal of ballistic missiles is not in their favor. So from what I gather from that is we're not going into this deal the same way that we went into it the first time. Right now, everything that Iran does has come under scrutiny. So this deal is not happening so fast. And they are not getting truckloads of cash again, as many have put it that way, that we will buy our way back into this deal. That is not going to happen. So while many on the right choose to believe that Biden will send these so-called truckloads of cash, I choose to believe that we are a long way away from there. And that we're not going back into this deal without a thorough investigation of the situation and without demands beyond nuclear weapons. It would be foolish to get back into this deal under any other conditions. Now, I have to admit I'm prejudiced in this regard because I have been against this deal from day one. And I don't see why anybody in Washington is in such a rush to get back into this deal. I don't know why anybody would want us back in this deal in the first place. Certainly not under the conditions where we can't do inspections on our schedule and where we have to notify Iran that we're coming in to inspect and that we can't just go anywhere we want to go. If we can't do that, then there's no point in getting back into this deal. This deal has to be airtight. This deal has to be made so that we put a lot of pressure on Iran, so that they cannot be funding all of these terrorist groups that they have been funding for years and years. If necessary, we have to increase the sanctions, although I don't know what else we could do, how much more we could increase it. And let us not forget that Iran has help from Russia. So why? Why are we even wasting our time talking about this situation? That's a whole other issue. Why are we even interested in getting back into this deal? Do we believe that we really have the leverage to create a peaceful nation out of the Iranians? That's the stuff of fairy tales. That's something that Hans Christian Andersen could write about. How the United States made a pussycat out of Iran. We all know that's bullshit. So I don't know if we should even waste a lot of our diplomatic time on this. It's a nice thing for me to rant about. It gives me something to say. But all in all, I'm quite happy if we don't have anything to do with them. If we keep the pressure on them forever. I don't see them ever turning into a peaceful nation. They follow the dictates of their imams and mullahs. Then why do we want to do anything with them? Now, it might be true that Biden and his team are just saying these things to put pressure on the Iranians. But the Iranians have said the U.S. has to move first. So the pressure is going back and forth between both nations. And Iran wants the U.S. to lift sanctions before they do anything and unfreeze Iran's foreign financial asset before it agrees to roll back its latest nuclear developments. Well, I wouldn't do anything like that. I would like to see them close their nuclear plants entirely. That's what I would like to see before we even consider talking to them. And I'd like to see them stop building these missiles or buying them. I would like to see all of those things stop before we do anything. And I think we must take the Iran situation very seriously and not do anything just to get it off the table because we have other things to deal with. If we can't get the right deal, then let us not make any deal at all. We don't need Iran. We don't need to be messing around in that part of the world anymore, really. But we certainly don't need to be friends with Iran again. So, that's all I have for this morning. I hope you enjoyed the game, and I hope the winners spend their money wisely. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.